welcome back to the U Experience with Vic.
And Nate,
What's the good word, everyone? How are you doing, Nate?
what's going on? I'm doing good, man. Thank
Yeah.
you for that. I'm doing good as always, but this week has been this whole month, honestly, lately has just been very it's very like it's been a big toll.
Mm.
There's been a lot of weight, a lot of I just feel like I'm not firing on all cylinders. Some are going, but some are off, and I'm
Mhm.
just being honest with y'all. So
Do you feel like it's been a character building month?
oh man, it's been a character building year if I'm being quite honest
Mm.
with you. But
Okay.
this month has like really had turned it up a notch. This month it went.
Sometimes you gotta turn up the heat to see how good of a cook you are. You
Yeah.
can. What do they say? If you can't take the heat, get out of Hill's Kitchen.
Yeah, if you can't take the heat, don't be in the kitchen.
Don't be in the kitchen.
But I'm still here. I'm blessed to be alive, to catch some breath, to breathe, and another day is another opportunity to be great. That's just kind of how I'm seeing it. Although it's not easy all the time. I'm gonna be honest with you. And that kind of brings us to the point of today, right?
Right.
I took some time. Thank you for that. I took some
Welcome.
time to reflect. We were going over it. I texted you. I said, hey, like, I'm sorry I didn't answer because I needed just some time to myself. Like I just wanted to isolate.
You need to disconnect.
Needed to disconnect in order to reconnect. But I was thinking about it, how it all makes sense. It's like success for me, like my success it's only gonna happen because I make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's my responsibility to make that happen. It's no one else's responsibility. If I fail in life, that's because of me.
Mm-hmm.
And if I succeed in life, it's also because of me though.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's that like big idea picture where it's like I gotta be responsible for everything I do.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If I decide to take a day off, I'm responsible for that day off. Like I'm not talking about work. I'm talking about like day off as in like learning, growing, becoming better, whatever. It's like that's on me. It's
Mhm.
all on me. Again, it's all on me. And it's all on all of you to be responsible of what, like, everyone has a role in this
Mhm.
life, I believe. Like we all got a role. We all got some importance, some significance. It's your responsibility to own up to that.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me.
And when you say role, that could also be attributed to a purpose.
Yeah.
It's
Your
it's
purpose.
sure it may seem like, oh well, everything that is under the sun has already been taken up, but there's a tweak, there's a slight angle that you can have with the authentic self that you are, to be able to find that. And responsibility, which is the subject of today's pod, responsibility it really gives you the ability to respond to whatever stimuli is coming in. It's your ability to see something, stop for a second, and say, well, this happened because, oh, it was Nate's fault because he did it. Well, what if you just took ownership of that? What if you took responsibility of that and say, you know what? He should have done it, but I should have been there as the leader to make sure that it was done properly. And accepting responsibility for things, even though that you don't feel that they are,
Yeah.
gives you that confidence, that self assurance that regardless of whatever happens to you, you're going to be fine because regardless, it's still your responsibility to get things to work out for you.
Would you
in
say
your
like
best way.
that's like where it starts, like owning up to your own, like owning up, like
It,
being responsible?
all of it starts with yourself. Everything, all of it is about the self.
Yeah.
Before you can get to that next level, you have to understand that you are the self. It's kind of like achieving that singularity moment where you understand, okay, so I'm here, I'm present, and I'm doing things, or things are happening in my life, and there's gotta be something that's causing them to be that. So that's where you kind of have to start looking into yourself and saying, "Oh, well, am I doing something to get these things to happen?"
Yeah,
Right? Because
yeah,
every
yeah.
action has a reaction.
Right.
So is the reaction that you want the one that you want?
Mm-hmm.
And even if it's not, right, you can sit there and complain about it all you want. But what is that really going to get you? If you're complaining, is there anything being produced? There isn't. So what is it going to get you if you're just sitting there and like, well, I don't have this because of that. I don't do that because of this. I don't do that because of this. So you're what you're really doing is you're getting in your own way. You're not allowing yourself that opportunity to see from a better playing field, from a better point of view, to give you that heads up, that jump start at whatever the next step is. And it all starts with responsibility because it's your ability to respond to whatever's happening outside of you.
At what age, like what part of when in your life did you feel like you started to become more responsible?
More responsible. I think I've always had a sense of responsibility for a lot of things. I don't know why, but I've always liked to be responsible. Plus, well, my dad was very strict too, so he held us accountable about a lot of things.
Yeah.
So he made us become aware that, or he made us very responsible about things very young because he made us do certain things. And now in today's day I can see when I'm not accepting responsibility for certain things, and I check myself on that.
Yeah.
All right. There's times where if you go too long of a time where it's like, okay, well, you're complaining about this, you're complaining about that, you're complaining about that, and you start thinking is, well, sure, but what can I do to change it? Because if I don't do anything about it, well, it's not going to change. It's going to be the same thing always coming back up. So it's the definition of insanity when you keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result.
Yeah.
You got to stop at a point and say, okay, I'm here. I do not want to be here anymore. What do I need to do? And that's your response.
Do you think like responsibility comes with like independency? Like can they go together?
I think responsibility gives you independence. Yes. Because by understanding that whatever you do is up to you, whatever you get, the consequences that you get, whether they're good or bad, is up to you based off of whatever actions you take or how you respond to certain actions.
Yeah.
Right? You could trip outside and you can get mad that there was something that tripped you up, or you can laugh it off and then just keep going and just say, man, I can't believe I didn't see that.
Right.
So if you stop there and you're mad and you're cursing and yelling at it and just going ballistic because you tripped on something, well, what is that really getting you besides being upset or besides being, raising your blood pressure?
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you start laughing on it, it just kind of comes and goes.
Just kind of go with the flow type of thing. You got to I think you got to be a go with the flow type of person. I mean, I don't know, because if you go with the flow, then I guess I don't know if you can prepare for anything. But for me, it's like life is just so spontaneous. Like there's just, you never know what's
Understand that random stuff is going to happen in your life.
You never know what's going to get thrown at you.
Yeah.
But the only thing you can do is just react to that curveball that's thrown at you.
Mm-hmm.
React to, like, how are you gonna? I got the time. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
How you gonna react to that curveball that's thrown at you or whatever? But it's like you gotta. I go with the flow a lot. Like if I'm being quite honest, but I find that by going with the flow, with like a pint of being responsible, being this, being that, like I see life at a very different perspective. Like,
how do you see life? What's your perspective about the
life?
Responsibility aspect of it, and just kind of how you live yours, and how you've seen responsibility shift in your life, when you were 10, 15, 20, 23. How has it shifted, and what has that done for you?
Well, before I answer,
cheers
to that, brother. Well, when I was 10, the only responsibility I had was just
playing video games.
Play games. Play video. That was my responsibility, was to be good at playing video games and homework. But I didn't have to worry about food on the table. I didn't have to worry about paying a car, insurance, a phone bill, nothing. I had no responsibilities as a young kid. Maybe like help clean the house once in a while, take out the trash. But like now that I'm 23 and I have this car payment, I have insurance, I have rent to pay, I have a bill to pay at the house, I got a phone to pay, so many things that it's like if I can take care of my own, like if I can hold my own, right, I can pay those bills. Because some bills that I pay for, like I pay them to my parents, so like I send them the money. And some I pay out, like obviously it goes to the bill, but like if I can take care of my own, everything else will get taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
For me, that's how I see it. But it's like I gotta do my part. That's it. Like that's how I see it now. Like this responsibility is like it's on me,
Mm-hmm.
right? If I don't pay that phone bill, I'm not gonna have a phone. If I
Mhm.
don't pay rent, I'm not gonna live somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's no other option for me. There's no option B like, oh well, if I don't pay the phone, I'll be good without a no, it's like I need to communicate. I need a place to live. I need a car to go places. Like I for me, like no one else, it's no one's fault. Again, I go back to that when I was talking about in the beginning. If I succeed, it's because I did it. And
Mhm.
if well, with the help of other people, of course, you can't do it alone. But if I fail, it's on me. So like if I don't pay a bill, it's on me. If I don't do this, it's on me. So like I have to I have again, I was thinking about this on the way over here actually. Like the yin and yang, like it's about a balance, right?
Mhm.
It's about balance again. It goes back to you can have fun and responsible at the same time. That's that yin and yang. That's that balance. Because I was thinking about how I also, I live it up a little bit. I live life to the fullest.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we always go back to like I'm a fine diner. I love eating in nice places with a little bonito right there. But in order for me to do that, I gotta make sure the key, the foundations of things are taken care of, so I can therefore enjoy the fruits of that. You know what I mean? So, life came at me quick. I'm gonna be honest with you. Life came at me quick, and the responsibilities went in a blink of an eye, literally. And I'm grateful for it. I am for sure, very for sure grateful for it. But the responsibility aspect has like made me become the adult that I am today, and I'm very proud of that. But it's not easy. I will tell you, it's strange. It's like it's just there's always something.
Mm-hmm.
There's always
And I
something.
mean, does it feel that ever since you've started accepting responsibility, do you feel any different? Do you feel more confident? Do you
Oh,
feel more self
yeah.
assured? Do you feel
There's
capable?
there's of course there's a I don't know if there's necessarily a bad side of being responsible, but like of course you got to pay stuff, money, this, that, you got to
Mm-hmm.
work, whatever. But the other side, like just the confidence, becoming the man that I want to be. Like I'm able to speak with my chest out.
Mm-hmm.
I can walk with my chest up. I can. The what it did to me mentally, it's like you becoming an adult, Nate. Like those conversations, like you becoming a man, Nate. Like it's again, I'm very very proud of myself. Pat
Mm-hmm.
myself on the back, and it's just done something to me where I speak with a lot of confidence. Like I'm very just very confident in myself. And like the responsibilities that I take care of add to that.
Mm-hmm.
Not only am I like getting smarter myself and like educating myself, reading, that gives me another sense of confidence too, but taking care of what I need to take care of, it's like the best feeling. It
Mm-hmm.
really is, like I did that.
Focusing on the priorities so that you can do everything else that you enjoy, right? Because, like you say, you like to go do fine dining, but if you don't have any cash to go do fine dining, right? So you don't take care of that responsibility or whatever that priority was for you, well, then you're probably not going to have for that. Or if you decided to blow all your check because you weren't so responsible financially, well, then you're gonna have to struggle in other things.
And then that's how a lot of people go into debt. They pay and then credit cards. Look, listen, I'm going to school and I have a lot of young kids around me, right? Like
Mhm.
young adults. And one of the he's super cool, dude. They're funny.
Yeah.
He just mentioned to me. He was like, "Yo, like I got a credit card. Like I just got my first credit card." And for me, I'm just like, "God, it's crazy." Like I'm around these kids that are like just kind of getting their feet wet a
They're
little
started
bit.
life.
They're starting, and it's beautiful to see it. And for me, it's like, how can I help? Like not saying that you need help, but like how can I want to guide everyone the right direction, like make them live the best life possible.
Hmm.
But basically, he told me he's like,
You
yo,
can do it by depositing about $1 million into my account. So just FYI, that's how if you want to help.
that's in the future. Trust me when I say, hey, you checked your account yet?
Mhm.
Couple commas
Happy
right
birthday.
there. Happy birthday. And it's not even gonna be wired. I'm gonna give you some cash.
Well, how am I gonna check my account? If
No,
you get
that's what I'm
wires
saying.
in
That's what I'm saying. Like I take that back. I'm gonna be here. Happy birthday. I'm gonna throw a fat stack
it? Mhm.
duffel bag. Back to the point. He's like, I just got my credit card, and I'm like, use it wisely. You know what I mean? I'm trying to tell him don't go splurging, because I was young once with the credit card, and I never thought I'd go in debt with a credit card, and like I did. I was like battling trying to pay it, you know, and obviously now I'm good. Now I'm super good, but I just tried to, like, I told him, like, be responsible with that credit card, because it can trickle down, and you could be paying. I told him, just don't be late. Don't be late. Make sure you have the money before you spend it, because if you don't have it, don't spend it.
Yeah.
But just to see him like work on that credit, I'm like, I like it though. You know, work on it. Just be responsible with it.
It's all about responsibility. If you are especially young during credit cards, right? That's one of your most important financial tools, because if you have good credit, well, you're going to pay less for stuff just because you have good credit. So, but it is your responsibility to make sure that you have good credit, and that means that you are responsible in paying your debt on time, understanding a credit card, understanding what margins you have to keep it at so that your credit score and all that stuff. You have to take that responsibility to learn.
Yeah.
Right? And now with the advent of YouTube, you can see that very easily anywhere you go.
Anywhere. So there's no reason.
Yeah, there's no reason for you not to know, unless you live in some remote place where you don't have internet.
Yeah. And if that's the case, but if you live in a remote place that don't need internet, you probably don't need credit.
You probably don't need credit as well. Yes, exactly.
No, I'm kidding.
You're
But
exchanging with monkeys. Hey, you got that Visa?
trading with coconuts and and plantains.
Coconuts and plantains.
You know, so again, this year has been it's been a taste of something greater to come for me through my decisions that I've made, through my responsibilities that I had to take care of, starting with my credit card, right? I was in debt. I got out of there, and that simple thing alone changed my trajectory.
So you took financial responsibility for your life.
Financial responsibility was the first thing that.
So how were you when you first got your credit cards? What did you do? What
was I spending on?
Yeah, what were you spending on?
Just spending on like clothes, food.
$1,000 golf clubs.
Golf clubs. 3,000.
I didn't even know they would give you a $3,000. I wouldn't trust you with $2. And somebody gave you $3,000?
Yeah.
Jesus.
So I was just splurging, just spending money just to spend. But not living check to check. I was living check to check from when I started working, which was 16 to 21, 22. And
how did it feel to live check to check?
It just felt like a Groundhog Day, just repetitive, just again and again and again. I just felt some sort of repetition there, and it sucked. It was just like I'm not growing. And there's no growth. There's no savings account. There's nothing. It's just I'm working to pay stuff. That's it. And with the help of, again, Natalie, Anthony helping me with my financials. My gosh.
What to you triggered the idea that you had to become responsible for your finances?
What triggered it?
Yeah. Where did you go from, I want to buy this, to where okay, well, I need to start figuring out how I'm going to pay this back, or how I can pay this back soon enough so where it won't overcome me.
It's just my surroundings, right? My environment. Going back to that, like the people I really love hanging out with, they were the ones that were they were responsible. I loved hanging out with Natalie, with Anthony, with you too. Like you also changed the way I think about money too. It's like you rather spend that money. You always your little freaking suggestions and whatnot, but. Just seeing how they're living and like what they can do and how they live with their money and all that. It's like, I want to be like that too. And it started by being smart with the money. I used to think saving was a scam. I used to think saving was, I'm gonna die one day. Why not spend my money? But no, I'm living stressed. Like I don't want to live my whole life stressed. I rather live my life content, like relaxed, at ease, going with the flow with money saved in my account. So I'm not worrying about that.
So what you're saying is that before you took on this kind of mindset, you used to worry about money, you used to stress about money because you just living paycheck to paycheck. You never really had any money.
Right.
You didn't have a bank account.
I mean, I had a
I
bank.
mean, you didn't have money in the bank account.
Yeah. Like it was always
It was-
check, gone.
Yeah.
Check, gone. And I'm
Mm.
like, damn, So it was always just like I could never enjoy it.
Right.
I could never enjoy my money, and it's because of the decisions, my responsibilities. I was like, I'm gonna pay for this, clothes. I'm gonna pay for this food. I'm gonna pay for. I paid for things that I didn't have money for, but
Mhm.
because of a credit card, obviously,
You were
I was able to swipe.
You were able to, and then once you took responsibility, what what steps did you take, and then what did it feel like to have
Step one.
a different
Step
experience?
one. Pay off your debt.
Mm.
Pay it off the debt. Be
Debt free.
debt free, and that's what changed the game.
Mm-hmm.
Once I paid it, because it hurt. It hurt to pay it off. I'm not gonna lie. Because Anthony was telling me, he was like, you got to pay that debt off, bro. Like just pay it off, and it's gonna be. And I'm like, no, I want to like little by little. And I remember just I got a check, and I'm like, boom, all on the debt.
Yeah.
I was like over $1,000 maybe, and it just, but after that, after struggling, so I was struggling my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
But after I paid that debt off, I struggled for like a month.
Mm-hmm.
But after that month, I never like hardly ever worry about money ever.
Did you set up your stuff on automatic? also?
Automatic, right? The bills that are paid for, they're paid through the credit card. All I
Mhm.
gotta do is keep feeding that account, stacking money in that account. So when the credit card gets charged, all I use my credit card for now really is bills. Like it's just bills. It's just, and I stack up money on that credit card. Like and so when the card gets charged, I just transfer the money to the credit card, and it's
Mhm.
and I'm man, like I've never been more thankful for that decision that I've made and the people that helped me get here.
Mhm.
It's just I took responsibility on my finances, and I became a whole different person.
Okay. And then what about taking responsibility about your health? That's a all very important one.
That's another one, dude. There's so many things you got to be responsible
Right.
for to live that best life, that
Big one.
quality life.
That quality of life depends a lot of your responsibility, right? You just mentioned that responsibility for finances set you free. Now you went from living stressed because you had to live paycheck to paycheck and you didn't know if you were going to have enough to cover that next expense because you just kind of kept living.
Yeah.
Versus now that you've taken responsibility, you feel more relaxed. You feel more at ease. You don't feel like that pressure on you
Yeah,
because you've decided to take a different path by taking responsibility about something.
and that's it. And
So-
it takes a little bit of sacrifices,
A
just a
little bit of
little bit,
sacrifice,
little bit of
right,
time. It's
because-
just it's a little bit of struggle for a lifetime worth of ease. Compared to, why would you want struggle for life? Why would you
Yeah.
want to struggle for life?
Yeah.
Struggle for a little bit.
Mhm.
A time where you just, all right, you're struggling, you're making it happen, you work it, OT if you need to, but you pay that off, it's gonna set everything free for you.
Mhm.
I promise.
It's going to release that tension that you have
That
if you just
tension.
find how to become responsible about different things in your life.
But
There's
again, you
definitely-
mentioned the health, the responsibility about
because there's
health.
there's different aspects of life that need responsible attending to. Right, finances is one of them because hey, we live in a financial world where you got to pay for things. You know, I can't give you a banana and you'll give me an iPhone.
Yeah.
Right, so we live in that kind of society. So you got to learn finances. Finances are super critically
got to.
important to your
You got to.
to your life. The better you know how to work numbers, the more likely you are to have.
Yeah.
Right. It's and step number one is saving. Always first step number one, if you're in the hole, is getting out of the hole. It's paying off all those cards that you have or those personal loans that you have, and then resetting so you can start from scratch and then start
up,
building
just
that
build up,
that
save,
rainy day fund.
build, and it's changing my life for sure. It
Because
has changed my life.
you
You've seen a lot. You've seen a lot of change.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how that.
I've seen a lot. I mean, from the original, how you used to be, to now. And there's a lot of shifts because you've accepted responsibility for a lot of things that you didn't accept responsibility for.
Man, for real, for real, for real, for
Right?
real.
It's, I mean, even from the beginning of time. I mean, from the time of Adam and Eve, when Eve was given the apple, or took down the apple from the tree, she gives it to Adam. Adam takes a bite, and then and then the story says that God comes down and it calls for Adam. Adam is nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
Where is Adam? He's hiding, and then he's Adam. I've been calling you. Where are you at? He's like, oh, I was hiding in the bushes because I'm naked. He's like, how do you know you're naked? He's like, well, he's like, you ate from the tree, the fruit that you weren't supposed to eat, huh? He's like, yeah, it was the woman, right? So at the beginning, right then and there, the first thing the first humans did was blame each other. Well, Adam says it was the woman that you gave me, so he didn't take any responsibility. He didn't say, yeah, I'm the man. I was supposed to take leadership over that, and I tell her not to do it. No, I actually ate it because she gave it to me, and you gave it to me. So really, technically, it's your fault. And then he's like, Eve, is that true? And then she's like, it was the snake. He beguiled me. Right? So even she shifted the responsibility to the snake, even though they were told from the very beginning they could not eat of that fruit. So what does that say? It's hard to accept responsibility.
Yeah.
That's why it's so important, and that's why it's so liberating.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so true. Cause like, yeah, it's a great point. Cause like, no, it's hard to accept responsibility. It's hard to accept that you were at fault. It's hard, but that's more respectful. I don't know. It's just
if you accept responsibility, it gives you a certain power of influence. Because others say, oh, well, if that person is willing to accept the responsibility, why wouldn't I accept my responsibility in the things they do? Now, there's obviously, occasionally, there'll be some crazy people that don't know how to accept responsibility, and everything is somebody else's fault, never theirs. But you can see from the attributes of their life that sometimes there's a lot of stuff that isn't going right because they haven't accepted responsibility. The faster you get to the point where you are accepting responsibility for yourself, your life, your finances, your health, your family, the sooner you're going to get to where a place where you feel relieved, where you feel good, where you have that confidence, where you see an improvement in your self-image.
One story that comes to mind when I think about taking responsibility of your own health is actually my Nino, my godfather. He was, when I was growing up, I remembered him. He was very he was kind of bitter person. It was kind of hard to talk to. Big guy. And I remember, we didn't really talk much. He wasn't very friendly. Sorry, Nino, I'm just being honest. I love you though. I love you to death.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like it's gonna be a turnaround here somewhere. So.
And he had he ended up in the hospital, almost on his deathbed, really. Yeah. It got very, very serious, and I think the doctors told him your health is what got you here. He wasn't doing any exercise, nothing. And after that scare, he turned his life around. He started running, biking. He got skinny. He started playing sports. And now I see how his life is, financially free. He gets to travel whenever he pleases. Right now he's in Mexico, just living it up with his mom. His mom's out there. But I see that, and then now that when I do see him, when we spend time at because Natalie's house, she hosts sports events or whatnot, we always get to chill and we get to talk and chop it up, and just the fact that he took responsibility on his own life, how it not only did it impact him, it impacted us, me, the whole family. Just I'm able to talk to him, and he's so funny, such a cool dude.
So he went from being a sauerkraut to being super funny guy.
Super funny.
Sometimes that's what people need. Sometimes that second opportunity at life.
And that's kind of
getting to that point where life could be over.
That made me tear up a little bit because, man, it's just the power of taking responsibility of your own life. I think about it now. It's like, of course, he changed his life, but he also just changed the energy around it. So him now, it's just
Permeating.
yeah, and it's oh my gosh, it's just so beautiful. Like it's just so amazing to see that.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to, because that's a great example right there.
Mhm.
Like just him taking responsibility of his actions, his life, how he and like let me tell you, like he looks happier now. You know, he looks light. Um, just I love him. Love
So
him to death.
it's a freedom to take responsibility.
Freedom.
So how do you tell how for you how do you tell if you are taking responsibility for something or you're trying to push responsibility away? Have you ever had a situation where you're like, oh, where you pushed the responsibility out to somebody and said, well, it was them, but then you realize where you could have
I think it's
improved
like
the final result?
when I catch myself lying.
Hmm.
Like if I'm lying about something, that's when I know I'm like pushing out the responsibility. I'm
Mm.
like but like deep down I know, and it's but if I lie, but like again, I'm at the point in my life now where I try to take every punch. I try to take every responsibility like to the best that I can.
Hmm.
You know, I try. I'm not perfect. I understand that, and like sometimes, but for the most part, I'm taking it on the chin, man, because I got to. There's
Mhm.
no other. There's no other way around it.
But okay, so when you lie, you kind of feel like you already know that you're not being responsible for something. Instead
Yeah,
of saying, "Hey, I can't hang out," you
yeah,
say, "Well, let me see if I can," but you
yeah,
already know that you can't. Right?
yeah.
That kind of
Beating around
stuff.
the
So
bush.
beating around the bush when you already know you can't because you don't want
Mhm.
to hurt somebody's feelings.
Yeah, and that's the
Sometimes it's
thing.
better to just straight up
But
just
you know,
say it.
yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And like lately, man, I just like I can't, or like you got to be straight up. You got to be straight up. It's a tough task to do,
Hmm.
but when you do it, you gain there's something about it where you're like, I rather again, it's like that short term pain for like that
Hmm.
long term kind of freedom
Right.
compared to that like that short term pleasure for a long term pain.
Right. And just being in pain repeatedly over and over and over again because it's like, oh well, no, I wasn't born into money, so I don't have any money.
Yeah.
Instead of figuring out a plan on how to get there, right? Oh well, I'm fat, so I don't, there's nothing I can do. That's just my body type. Uh, Maybe if you figure out how to go to the gym and figure out how to work out and stuff like that, that will definitely help you. Uh, if you don't know a subject or at work they haven't, you have a something you don't know how to do. Well, if you just kind of sit there and say, well, nobody's telling me what to do, so I'm not going to do it. Then at that point in time, you yourself are not accepting responsibility for your own development. And if you don't develop yourself, there's not going to be somebody that's going to just wave a magic wand and make you the perfect thing with everything.
Yeah.
And it's very rare to have somebody kind of take you by the hand unless you actively seek them out
Yeah.
and you're open to them giving you feedback so that you can begin to observe and like, okay, I can do better here. I can take more responsibility of here, because I want to be better. I want to be healthier. I want to be a better human. I want to help society. I want to preserve the environment.
Yeah, you just gotta seek to be better.
It's like
That's it.
it's like when I've seen people where sometimes they have stuff in their car and they just dump it outside, right? And it's irritating because that you just did there. Yeah, maybe you don't feel responsible for that, but this earth is our responsibility to care for. So by doing
Another
that,
great point.
you're not caring for, you're not doing your overall job. You're not contributing to that. So by taking responsibility, it's like, okay, this is my trash. I need to take it to the trash, right? Something as simple as that.
Man, let me tell you, I was that person
Yeah.
for a while. I would throw stuff out the window. I would go drive. Oh, wasn't me.
Oh, what was that?
What was that? It's like I was throwing banana peels like I was playing Mario Kart. But you know, as I started getting, talking to people, they're like, what are you doing? Like, don't do that. And then I thought about it, I'm like, you know what, they're right. And like a trash now for me in my car, I hold it, I save it till I find a trash can, I throw it. I keep it's the simple acts, the small details that determine that. How can I be responsible about my finances if I can't even be responsible about my own trash?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It goes hand in hand. It's the little details. It's the small things, right? Be responsible about your health, your trash, your what you eat, what you do, how you live your life. Like that's all on you. It's your
Mm-hmm.
responsibility. The decisions that you make are your, unless you got a gun to your head, the decisions that you make are your decisions. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's your responsible. That's your responsibility.
That's your responsibility. The only thing you can take on at that moment in time is whatever's in front of you, and whatever's in front of you is you. So if if you have a situation where it's less than pleasant, you sit there and you think about it: is how should I react to this situation? What response am I going to choose? Am I going to choose anger? Am I going to choose frustration? Am I going to choose um, being the bigger person and walking away if I have to, or am I going to be the bigger person and take a different angle on this so that we have a different outcome? And all of those choices are really come down to what results you're looking for.
Yeah.
And the clearer your results are, wherever you've decided to focus your direction, once those are clear, it makes it to where you know the things that you need to accept responsibility for. For example, let's say you invite me out and I know that I can't go out, right? And I say, hey, Nathan, I'm sorry, but I can't go out today. And you get upset at me because of that. Well, me letting you know that I can't go is my responsibility. How you react to that is your responsibility.
That's not your duty. It's not
Correct.
some yeah.
Obviously, I'm not going to tell you, oh no, you suck. That's what I want, right? But if I tell you, hey, I can't. I have other plans or other commitments.
Oh, when it's
already.
happened. Let me tell you what's happened before. And I just get
And
Nah,
then
I'm
you get upset about that. That was your responsibility, and that's kind of what you have to take. Sometimes things are not about you.
Yeah,
Other people have
absolutely.
other things going on. A lot of times things aren't about you. There's a lot of people got a lot going on, especially in today's world. So don't attribute to malice what can be attributed to just not knowing.
Well said. That was
Hmm.
beautiful, baby. That was beautiful. But it's true though. Like again, going back to the book, The Courage to Be Disliked, it talks about that. The actions that you make, the decisions that you make, that's your responsibility. That's what you can control.
Hmm.
Everyone else's you can't control that. So why be upset? Why be like you said, like in malice? Why? Like you
Hmm.
can't control that. You
Hmm.
never will. So just control what you can control. Be
Hmm.
responsible about yourself, about your actions, your decisions, and let everything else play out.
Hmm.
But you can't fight fire with fire.
Right, because you'll make more fire.
You'll make more fire.
Sometimes you have all the perfect plans laid out, and everything seems to be according to plan, going according to plan, and stuff happens. If your response to that is like, "Oh, whoa, me," something always bad happens to me. Why is that?
Mhm.
Well, now you're getting into that victim mentality, which is the complete opposite of taking responsibility. Right? If you wanna spend 2 3 minutes, just venting and getting out of your system, fine.
Fine.
That's
That's
what you
cool
got to do.
too.
You
That's
want to let
cool.
the emotion just kind of come in and kind of flow, get it out. Don't keep it there. But
Yeah.
because if you hold on to it, that's what eats you inside, and that's what um, takes away from you. It's just sitting there and just kind of basking in that. It's like, oh man,
It's
this that.
insidious.
Yes,
Like,
it's insidious. It really is.
yeah.
Because it begins to affect other aspects without you really realizing it or noticing. Is sometimes, I mean, I've seen it for myself. Is when I'm in a time crunch,
Yeah.
and like I gotta go now, and then somebody because of somebody else I'm getting
Attending.
delayed.
Yeah.
It begins to raise my frustration, raise my anxiety, raise my stress level. Right.
Yeah.
But that's where it's my responsibility to communicate with that person and say, hey, listen, I got to be out by this time. Here's the deadline. You ain't ready by this time, I'm gone without you.
Yeah.
If you are, or if not, that person's going to take whatever initiative they need to take to get done by that time because they know it's important to you. But it's your responsibility to communicate that to that person and
Oh, you
don't feel, some type of way because they don't know.
you took the word right out of my mouth. Like a huge responsibility in this world or in life is communication.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a big, crucial responsibility to own up to. Communicate,
Just talk.
communicate,
Have those
communicate, communicate,
conversations.
communicate. Because there's times where, like, don't get me wrong, I be afraid to communicate things to you. I'm like, oh no, I'm scared, but I got to communicate it, and like, obviously, it ends up always being okay because like he's a teddy bear, but
All right.
but like again, you gotta own up to those conversations. Own up to sometimes you gotta be, you know, not everything is butterflies and rainbows.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? As much as you want it to be, but from time to time, you gotta have a conversation where you're scared to have it, but you need to have it, and that's with yourself,
Mhm.
with a partner, with a friend, with a peer, with a family member, with anybody,
Coworker.
coworker. You gotta
Mhm.
have those conversations because that's where it's gonna the fog's gonna clear up,
Correct.
and you're not always gonna be thinking about, well, the what ifs or no.
Mhm.
It's solid. It's concrete. It's right
Right.
there
Got it from the source.
from the source.
There's no
Baby.
daisy chain there. There's no telephone. So by the time it gets to the other person, it's a different thing, right? If
Yeah.
you just go straight to the source, you're gonna eliminate all that potentiality, all
Mhm.
that latent potential of a bunch of possibility versus just going straight to somebody and saying, "Hey, you know what? Here's a situation that actually happened, and I just wanted to communicate it with this. It's your responsibility to communicate.
Yeah.
If you don't like how you were treated, it is your responsibility to say something.
Yeah.
Because if you don't say something and then you feel a certain way about it, and then it continues to happen, and you keep building that frustration, then you have allowed that to happen by not doing something about something that's deciding to get the results of that. So do something, say something,
Just do it.
just do it. That's
Yeah.
why it's so famous. That's why it's so popular. Right? You don't want to have that conversation? Just do it.
Just
Have the
do it.
conversation.
Just do
You don't
it.
want to get into the gym? Just do it.
And it's that simple.
You have a bunch of a debt and you don't want to be in debt anymore? Then just do it.
Just
Pay
pay
them
it
off.
off. Just do it.
You know, it's
do it.
even if it takes you have to get 2-3 jobs to pay off to get out of debt. Do that because also with your health because health is time, right? Just like time is money. Well, health is time. The better and health you are, the more likely
time,
you're to last a long time.
Yeah.
And the more you're able to do, and the less stuff that you have to worry about, right? I mean, there's people that don't have the ability to do certain things medically, right? But if you have that ability, then go out and do something with it. You were blessed to have that
For real.
possibility. So
Life is a blessing. Life is a blessing.
life is a blessing, and it's many different
if you're
different,
responsible about
different
it.
roads, right? Even during the bad things, even during the hard lessons, because they're at the end of the day they are lessons. If you see it that way, then you're always going to understand that, okay, what am I supposed to learn from this? Right? And that's your responsibility, is for you to decide, it's like, okay, everything in life is going to teach me something. What is this particular lesson going to teach me today? Right? Well, this is, for example, like last time, a few pods ago, where the sound and all that stuff kind of went off, right?
Yeah.
What was our response to that? Well, our response was to
Check.
build a checklist, to check, to
Checklist.
add additional things that we didn't do before, just to make sure that it was correct, right? And it's helping out, and that's kind of how it is. Every time you come at this place where something didn't work out, just observe it. See, it's like, okay, up, down, side, where is it that we have to go? Where did we go wrong?
You know what I thought about?
What?
You ever seen I don't know if I brought this up before, but you ever see A Bug's Life?
Mm-hmm.
So all the little ants are carrying the food for the grasshoppers
Mhm.
to the leaf.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a scene where one of them is carrying it, and a leaf falls, and he starts panicking. They start panicking. They're like I don't know what to do. Like I don't know where to go. And he's like panicking. So like one of the people come, like one of the higher ups in their little community or whatever. He's like, just go around the leaf, around. He's like, oh, thank you. They all just go around the leaf, but it's just like you gotta adjust. Life is not, again, it's not butterflies and rainbows. It's not a straight line. It's always you're gonna get thrown curveballs. There's gonna be dead ends. There's gonna be turns you gotta make. You sometimes you have to, again, if it's a dead end, you gotta go back and then find another route. And it's just always figuring out what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I actually found out that YouTube was supposed to be a dating site.
Really?
Originally, YouTube was supposed to be a dating site.
How did we go to Bug's Life to this?
Well, because because we're adjusting, right?
Okay.
If YouTube was supposed to be a day, come on now, let it
my
develop.
Bad, my bad.
I'm cooking
bad.
up over here.
my
You're
bad.
sticking your finger in my dish before I even finish cooking it.
My bad, player.
So-
My bad, player.
So nasty fingers off my dish.
All right, go ahead.
No,
Continue.
but seriously, I mean, it's just that adjusting, right? That
Yeah,
response. If if YouTube would have sat there and just kind of waited for dating stuff to happen, would YouTube be a dating site today? Would it still be around?
Yeah.
But the fact that they adjusted based off of what they were seeing, right? They weren't seeing much happening. They adjusted it, and they took that dating site, and they were like, okay, well, how do they to themselves is like they had the responsibility of making this YouTube thing a successful thing.
Yeah.
So what did they do? They turned it into video hosting kind of thing, and now
Look where
YouTube
it's
is huge. I think YouTube has got to be worth in excess of $100 billion to Google.
No, you think about it. It's like what YouTube has done. You think about
How much is YouTube worth?
You think about all the like, oh, this is brought to you by YouTube. They YouTube and Netflix have been Netflix especially hosting these main event fights, movies, shows. What they're doing with it is just kind of crazy, But YouTube again, it's like brought to you by YouTube, Apple, all these things.
And the fact that it connected so many people, right, to education before is you had to either get it from a book, you had to get it from some seminar, you had to figure, through pages online, go to different articles and
We'll see though.
blogs and
We'll
all that
see.
stuff.
Cause I'm doing a research,
Paper.
not a paper, research like presentation on obviously how many people are reading books, right? You mentioned YouTube. You mentioned how people don't have to go to a book anymore. They can go to YouTube and figure something out. Well, it's like, what's the effect? Like, how effective is it? How efficient is it compared to reading from a book?
It goes back to the conversation we were having last time, and that we talked about is it honestly depends on how deeply focused you are.
Yeah.
The more focus and attention and you're giving it, the better your mind is going to put pieces together.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what knowledge becomes. It just becomes you start building pieces that start to connect, that start to build that whole 3D file image for you.
That's kind of crazy how you mentioned that, because like in the research,
YouTube's worth about $475 billion to $550 billion. By the way, yes.
Jeez.
And they sold it to Google back in the day for $1 billion. That's 400 times more.
So Google owns YouTube?
Google owns it.
Oh, they make whoever running Google is probably flying over a country right now just on a jet. She like my futuristic sound of a new spaceship, and then in the background. But I was like, oh yeah, again going back to like that deep work, like that's another responsibility, being able to like focus.
To focus.
You know what I mean? Because I think about it now, it's like you can theoretically learn from a computer or like technology, like on your phone. Like, but like if you take out all those distractions, because that's something I want to bring up on my research.
Distractions,
it's like, on my research, like it's sure it's effective, but to what extent? Because if you're reading a book, there's no way you can get distracted unless like.
Unless you have a phone next to you and it's pinging and ringing. And
but like reading the book itself, it's you're more enhanced. You're feeling it. You're touching it. You're involved with it. But with a phone, it's like, okay, I can scroll this, but then notification comes out. Let me see that. Oh, phone call. Oh, text. Oh, something.
There's always something.
So I'm sure it's effective, but like up here, how focused are we? And like that's the research I want to do. Like, what is more effective? And like how can you know what I mean? It's just
it comes down to focus, right?
Yeah.
Wherever focus goes, energy flows. So whatever has your attention, that's where everything's flowing.
So my argument is like it's more effective to read a book because if you don't have the discipline to like not be distracted by that, and it's pretty hard. That's why I can't do it.
It is. Yeah.
That's why I can't do it because I'm on my phone. I can't do it. I gotta physically. I gotta read. And but that's just like an exciting.
But that's what magicians play upon, right? Your point of view.
Oh yeah.
They the sleight of hand happens by them distracting the eyes from wherever they're gonna go.
Saying, you ever see those magicians who like let's say you got a watch on and they're like, oh yeah, and before you know it, they got your watch. And
I watch
like,
a few of those.
sorry, I'm
Yeah.
packing.
You don't even notice
That's
because
crazy.
they desensitize your body to what they're doing.
That's kind of wild.
And your mind is kind of focused on and that's what it is. That's what sleight of hand is.
Yeah.
Right? It's wherever you're focused. So wherever your focus is going, that's where the energy is flowing. So the attention isn't happening on whatever you had here.
Yeah.
It's happening over here because this is where your attention is being held.
I don't know. I'm sorry to ask this. But, not sorry, but like we're kind of just going. I just want to ask a question. Do you believe in like hypnosis and stuff? I don't know why this came to
I haven't.
Because like sleight of hand, I'm thinking about like people.
Yeah,
so, like,
I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing.
It's 'cause-
I haven't tried it myself, so I wouldn't be able to tell you.
it's because you seen like
Some
you
people
ever
swear by it.
you ever watched like America's Got Talent and whatnot?
Mm-hmm.
You know Howie, like the bald
Mhm.
guy. So apparently he's very like germaphobe. Like he doesn't shake hands and whatnot. Like he
Mhm.
doesn't shake hands.
Yeah, I have heard that.
So there was like someone who came on the show and like hypnotized him, and like he shook his hand.
Oh, yeah.
Like he got to shake his hand because he's like Howie, like you have gloves on. Like I have latex gloves on. We both have gloves. Like we're okay. Can I shake your hand? And he shook his hand, but he didn't have gloves on.
Mm.
So like that right there made me think, okay, maybe because like he's a guy that doesn't shake hands. Like he's,
Right.
but then he's shaking hands with this guy. Like I don't know. I just
Right.
I don't know why.
But,
Well, yeah,
no,
sleight of hand, but
that's interesting.
But, like,
I'm sure there's something to it.
yeah. It's kind of crazy. There's also another funny one that came out. It's like you are an alien and you're gonna talk Martian, and like some guy was just talking like a funny language. Like,
Yeah.
but again, I don't know if it's staged or if it's what. I don't know though. I don't want it done to me, please. I'm scared. I think I'll be scared
To get
get hypnotized. Hell yeah. Are you kidding me? Like you lose sense of your own control. Like,
Mm.
and if I get hypnotized, that's my fault. That's my responsibility. I said, yeah,
Mhm.
go ahead, hypnotize me, please. Crazy.
Yeah. That's. I mean, I don't know. I would have to see it myself to see and really truly
Yeah.
understand if it is a thing or not.
It'd be one for the books. We got to go to like a show or something.
Yeah. I mean, you see it on the magic shows. You see it all the time.
Yeah.
Uh,
Magic shows are also cool. I used to watch this show, and like this magician would show you how the tricks are done.
yeah,
You ever
I know
watch
what
that?
You're talking about.
I forget
used
the
to like
name.
that show. Yeah.
It was cool too. Like the way
He was wearing like a
the
black mask.
Yeah. He was cool. Remember
I
that?
Yeah, I forget the names, the name of that show, but it was cool.
Yeah.
But going back to it.
now let's
you know,
we get in the train.
They're riding it back to the railroad stop. So again, responsibility starts within the self. Just like anything else starts within the self. It starts. What are you telling yourself? What do you want? What are you looking for? What expression do you want life to give you? And once you decide on that stuff, it becomes your responsibility to do the things and take the actions that'll get you there.
Yeah. So I look, 23-year-old, 57-year-old.
I told you to stop. Not dyslexia. I'm 75 and 2/3.
I'm at an age where I see a lot of people my age, even a little older, not taking responsibility. Like very, very like I see it. It's on social media. I see it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not one to judge. I've been there. I've done that. Freaking waking up in hospitals. I'm not one to judge. But you can't be upset at the actions that you do, and be upset at the consequences that you get, or blame other people, or blame the world, or blame the universe or God. Or, you can't blame anybody but yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So to take that away, take that blame equation out, take responsibility on yourself. Take responsibility on your life, because this world depends on it. Real talk. You are important. This world depends on it. This world depends on you to be the greatest version of yourself. So like the only way to make that happen is by you being responsible on your actions. Although it may be hard, sure, but the good things, the great things, the amazing things come on the other side of that hardship,
Mm-hmm.
So just take it day by day, slowly but surely, take
Take
responsibility.
it day by day, habit by habit.
Habit by habit, when it's tough, when it's slipping away, just quick, do something before you lose it for good. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I've got to say, man. It's responsibility has changed my life. That's it. Being responsible has changed my life, and I'm forever
Good.
grateful.
Good. So, responsibility. It
Mhm.
has the ability to change you.
Yep.
It has the ability to make you that which you've always wanted to be. It's just, it ain't easy to be responsible because there's going to be points where you're not going to want to take that responsibility because it's going to hurt and it's going to sting. But on the other side of that, there is a very different you. There is a
Yeah.
better version of you.
Better
There's
version.
a stronger version of you, a more effective version of you, the easier going version of you, where you lift off a lot of the weight that you carry around because you begin to accept them. You begin to know that some things are just the way they are, and all you can do is learn how to swim in that ocean.
That's it, baby.
Right? Sometimes the water crashes, sometimes it flows, but in the end, you got to figure out how to get through that
Yeah. Beautiful. Well said.
and find people around you that are going to help you through that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So
Help each other.
build that supportive community. If people are taking away from you, then don't go in those sides. Go where people are looking to build you. Go where people are looking to
Bringing the best version
bring
of
the
you.
best version of you, where they're looking to give you good advice, or where they're
Yeah,
looking to call
man.
you out on stuff when they know you're not gonna like it, but they call you out on stuff because they know at the other side you're gonna be better.
Mm-hmm. Well said, man. Well, we appreciate y'all for listening. We'll be back next week. Listen, I want y'all to enjoy the week. Of course, we always appreciate you guys listening. Enjoy life, man. It's beautiful. Smile more, share more, love more. Be the best version of you, the best version of everybody is so beautiful, like pure, amazing. Because when I see people at their best, I'm like, oh man, it's so cool, it's so awesome, it's so beautiful. And everyone has that. So just enjoy life, man. Stop stressing about the little things that don't matter. Just focus on you, so you can therefore focus on the world, focus on the task at hand, and take responsibility, I guess, because that's the message of the day. That's the topic. Just take responsibility because it's life changing. And yeah, thank you guys. We'll be back next week. Vic, I don't know if you got anything to close off with.
That's it. Thank you. That was very good, actually. So, again, take care of yourselves. Be good. Don't forget to subscribe, or like, or share with your people.
Yeah.
We're always, and Marco, thanks for that little comment about the fireplace. Yeah, we'll figure out where to stick a fireplace.
Yeah, man. People listen, and it's amazing to hear that. We have some sort of impact. And before we leave, actually, Josh talked to me today. He's like, "How's it going? How's the pod going? How's everything?" And I'm like, "Man, like, that's the only time I feel alive, really." And like at this point that we are in, it's no longer about what we bring, the quality. It's just how disciplined are we to come every Sunday and do this and stay consistency. I told him it's all consistency. That's it.
Consistency in
He's
everything.
He's like, when are you guys getting your $1 million, your million subscriber plaque? And I'm like,
Now that you mentioned that, actually, I was listening to a lady that was talking about Mr. Beast and how he did his videos of like 6 months out, a year out, 5 years, 10 years.
10 years.
And his 10-year one
Just
came out
came out.
yesterday.
Yeah, it just came
I want
out.
to see. I want to see it and see
Yeah.
what it's like. But that's amazing, right? It's just you can be in a completely different place in your life if you just take responsibility for stuff.
That's it.
When I started, and this is probably a side story, but when I started working first, I started from the very bottom, and I first it started just kind of being about money, and then after that it became okay. I want to know what the responsibility of being a manager is. So I took that on before even knowing what it was. Right? So I took that leap of faith and I took on a responsibility that I didn't know what it was going to entail. But taking that responsibility kind of ricocheted me in a completely different direction had I just stayed the same, runner valet that I was when I first started off. So
Crazy.
So in that, I can attribute it all to responsibility, right? I took a responsibility for my learning as well, right? And then I just started reading books. Nobody told me, hey, read this book, pay attention to this, do that. No, it's just I decided, what am I looking for? This. How do I get closer to that? How do I get better at that? And that was absolutely what I took on as a responsibility. So, and that shifted my life, and that took it in a different direction. So, that accepting responsibility with focus about what you want and consistency in what you want, you're going to eventually
You gonna
get
hit
it.
the lotto, baby.
Hmm. And with that, I'm all done.
Yeah, I'm done before we
Thanks
start
again.
telling more
Yeah,
stories.
we're gonna start going on another tangent, and this thing's gonna go forever. So, be good, everybody. Thank you for coming back and visiting the You Experience, and we hope you got some value off of it. And we'll see you
We'll
back
see you on
again
the next one.
time.
Adios.
Hasta la vista, baby.